Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's do a walk around and tour of the 2023 Ford Escape Platinum. The Platinum trim level is going to be the highest trim that you can buy the Escape in, and as you can see, as Ford's compact SUV, it does get a lot of amenities as well as goodies. In this case, this vehicle does have a 13.2-inch infotainment system, which is going to be a Google-based system. You have a fully digital instrument cluster, 19-inch wheels, and this one has a 2-liter turbocharged EcoBoost 4-cylinder. With that being said, a huge thank you to Bob Thomas Pre-Owned, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see, this is going to be your typical Ford key fob, and it has the Ford emblem right here on this side, followed by all usual buttons on this side. They consist of your lock, unlock, your remote start, your trunk release, and your panic button. To remote start the vehicle, is make sure the vehicle is locked, and double click the remote start button, and the vehicle will start right up. And when you're finished, just double click the remote start button again, and it'll shut itself off from there. Starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, you are going to get a pronounced front end grille here, which looks very nice. Nothing too out of the ordinary for this Platinum trim level. You have your blue Ford oval right there, followed by a front-facing camera, so that way you won't get yourself into a frontal collision. And when you pan out a little bit, it does give you a more premium look. You also have your front parking sensor standard on the Platinum trim level as well. In addition, you do have your standard LED daytime running lights with your LED projector headlamps, and you do have fog lamps below. Checking out your wheels and tires on this one, we're taking a look at a set of Bridgestone Ecopia HL 422 Pluses on 19-inch wheels. This one measures in particular, if I can find the tire size here, these are 225 55R19s all the way around. Coming over to the door, this vehicle does have a smart key access system on it for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket and come up to the door handle, there's a touch sensor inside. Put your hand in and the vehicle will unlock, allowing you to jump on inside of the vehicle. When you're finished, close it up, tap this button, and one beep will indicate locking. The exterior color of this one is finished off in star white metallic tri-coat with the ebony ActiveX leather interior. Coming over to the door panels, you can see you're going to have some hard touch molded injection plastic on top of here. However, you do have some soft material down here at the bottom. You have this aluminum trim piece right here on the door panel, followed by an aluminum door handle itself. You have your unlock and lock switches, 3-person memory seating. You have your mirror controls here. You do have your power windows and your child window lock on top. You have a small little storage area down here, as well as an area for 2 small cup holders. Along a smart key access system, the Ford Escape Platinum does come standard with push-button ignition. By having the key fob in your pocket or within the vehicle itself, just simply put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. The Ford Escape Platinum does come standard with a fully leather-wrapped, racking pinion power steering wheel with controls from the left as well as on the right sides. Left is going to have your cruise control settings, your volume controls here for your audio system, followed by your hands-free voice. To the right, you're going to have your controls here for the instrument cluster, seat track, as well as your hands-free telephone button right here. Coming up, we're taking a look at a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, and as you can see, it looks very nice, and you're welcomed with 2 main gauges. To the left, you're going to have your tachometer, to the right, you're going to have your speedometer, and down the bottom, you're going to have your coolant temperature, odometer reading, gear selector, miles to empty, your fuel range, as well as the exterior temperature. And right in the middle is your driver information system, which, as you can see, is going to show us our seatbelt reminder. We can cycle through a couple of different things here on this middle screen via the buttons on the steering wheel, and they do include your average fuel economy, your tire pressure monitoring system, power distribution, as well as the calm screen, and your trip 1 information. Going back to our main menu, you're going to have your My View, trip and fuel, status information, vehicle maintenance, audio, navigation, your phone, as well as the settings. Coming over here, we're taking a look at Ford's 13.2-inch interface. As you can see, this is an all-new system that was introduced for the Escape around this time in 2023. And as you can see, it's a newer system, it's a nicer system, and of course, it's a Google-based system. So not only are you going to be getting a lot of Android-based apps in this infotainment system, but it's pretty easy to use once you get the hang of it. Now, as you can see, this is our homepage, and this is where we'll be looking at when we start the vehicle up each time. And as you can see, it's going to show us things such as our navigation over here, audio system on top, Bluetooth for your phone right here, and other things over here, such as your settings, features, and applications. With that being said, starting off here with your navigation system, as you can see, it's going to kind of show the map up close, as you can see, and it does look really, really nice. You have your side menu over here, which includes navigation, your navigation menu, search, recents, as well as saved destinations. Overall, the quality of the map looks really, really nice, and it does a pretty good job. You can also see a little shortcut thing over here, which we'll go through towards the end of the tour of the infotainment system. Coming over to your audio system, we're going to turn down the volume for any copyright purposes, and we're going to head there now, and it's going to show you what's playing on the radio system. You have your sources up here for things such as AM, FM, and Sirius XM radio. You have Seek Track right here. You can manually change the stations via the plus and minus signs. You have your sound right here, as well as your direct tune. You have your presets down here as well. Coming over here to your phone area.
Search for your vehicle on your device and select it once it is found.
As you can see there, it's going to give you instructions on how to use the Bluetooth system in order to set it up. And then over here, we're going to start things off here with our settings. This is going to be a comprehensive list of different things that you can enable, disable, change, and make it your own. And as you can see in the Escape, it's pretty easy to use once you get the hang of it. You have radio, add phone, sync, navigation, sound, vehicle, clock, general, as well as your display. You have your connectivity, vehicle hotspot, mobile apps, software updates, Ford Assistant, 911 Assist, as well as your valet mode. Starting things off here, we're going to go through our radio settings. That's going to allow us to read our radio text, and you can change your different preset pages. Coming down to vehicle settings, you're going to have things such as your 30-minute max idle, rear occupant alert, easy entry and exit, your remote start setup. You have your wipers, as well as your power lift gate settings. You have lighting, ambient lighting, as well as your locks, as you can see, and your door keypad code. Let's just say we want to go to our ambient lighting. It's going to allow us to adjust the brightness, as well as to turn that feature on or off. Another example would be going to our wipers. You can have a courtesy wipe enabled. You can turn on the rain sensing function if you want that on or off, and then your rear wiper on. When in reverse, you can have that on or off as well. And another good example of this would be your easy entry and exit. It's going to allow you to do your seat adjustment, or you can turn that feature off if you want to. With that said, come over to our clock. It's going to allow us to adjust our time, our 24-hour mode, auto time update, and all that stuff. You do have your general settings here, which is going to include things such as your language, temperature, units of measurement, tire pressure units, as well as software information at the bottom. You do have your sound right here. It's going to allow you to adjust your balance and fade, speed compensated volume, tone settings, as well as your occupancy mode. Coming over here to this side, we have our connectivity. So this is going to be for your Wi-Fi hotspot, wireless app projection, connected vehicle features, as well as your Bluetooth system. You do have vehicle hotspot here, which is going to kind of work in the same way as your connections, but this is going to allow you to actually turn that hotspot feature on or off. You can check your data usage, you can manage everything in your settings right there, or your devices. As you can see, it says manage devices, and then you can go to help getting started if this is your first time using vehicle hotspot. And then you have things such as offer updates, which is going to check for updates that will occur in the vehicle, and you can even schedule them if you want. Ford Assistant is going to allow you to actually, when we go to that, you can set up advanced mode. You can have phone confirmation, voice command list, and you can have certain wake words, or not certain wake words, but just wake words in general, and then your voice command help right there. And then 911 Assist, this is basically if you want that feature on or off. And what that does is that, let's say you get yourself into a collision or a fender bender, the 911 Assist will definitely come in handy, especially if you are going to be, out of town or something of that nature. And then valet mode, obviously, it says as it does, it's going to lock with certain function of the vehicle up for you. So that way a valet cannot access it. You will have to use a code to get back into the system. in order to unlock and disable the valet mode function. Coming out down here to features, this is going to be for things that come within the vehicle, and they include your drive modes, driver assistance, owner's manual, and record feedback. Starting off with your different drive modes, you have normal, as you can see, followed by eco, and it even changes the look of the gauge cluster as well. So this is going to be your eco mode. You have sport mode right here, which looks really cool. And you have slippery, which is very nice as well. Pretty cool. Driver assistance is going to be for all your safety features that come within the vehicle, and that includes your adaptive cruise control, traction control, speed limit assist, your speed limit assist, your lane keeping system, pre-collision assist system, rear view camera delay, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, reverse brake assist, driver alert. Some of these you can enable or disable as well, as you can see. Owner's manual is going to allow you to consult your owner's manual from inside of the vehicle rather than using the actual booklet itself. And record feedback is going to allow you to record things within the vehicle's microphone in the vehicle. And then last but not least, we do have our different apps, which includes our Find Mobile apps, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, as well as mobile apps help. And so with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap it up here for the little tour of the system here in the 2023 Ford Escape Titanium, or excuse me, Platinum, sorry. Come below that, as you can see, you do have your climate control functions, dual zone setup here, as you can see with your temperature adjustments, heated seats to the front and front passenger, fan speed, heated steering wheel, fan positioning, max AC, rear AC, as well as auto air conditioning. You do have your vents right here. You do have your controls here for certain functions, as well as your physical volume knob. You have your parking sensor right here, auto stop start function here, drive modes here, your camera right there, and this right here is going to be for your driver assistance, specifically for your traction control system. Coming down below that, you have a little wireless charging pad right over here, which is standard on the Platinum trim level. You have two USB ports, as you can see, one being a USB-C, the other being a USB, followed by a 12-volt outlet right there. You have two cup holders over here. You're going to have your 10-speed automatic transmission right here, electronic parking brake, your brake hold, and a small storage area for small things like change, for example. Come over to your glove compartment. While it's not really big, it actually gives you a good amount of storage space, as you can see inside here, and it's complemented by the stitching right here on both sides, and overall does look pretty good. The seating situation in here for the front passenger is very nice. As you can see, it's well presented, and overall it's going to be a basic leather interior. It's going to be ActiveX, which is essentially a synthetic leather. It's not full-on leather, but as you can see, it does look really nice. You have perforations coming down the middle of the seat, which does add on a nice touch and also makes it a bit more breathable. You have some stitching coming across the sides here, on not just on the side of the seats, but on the side of where you're resting your back as well, which is very good, and very decent side bolsters as well. So overall, a really comfortable seat, and it does do a good job. You do have a nice glove box here with a good amount of storage space. Some more of that aluminum trim right here, followed by some hard touch plastic material on top of here. You do have your mirror right here. You do have, I believe, what looks like to be either a dash cam or something like that, which is pretty cool, or could be the microphone. You do have controls here for your overhead lights, sunglass holder. You do have your garage home link here with your visor, a mirror, as well as lighting. And coming to the left side here, as you can see, you're going to have your headlight controls, fog light controls, gauge dimmer switches, and this button here is to open up the tailgate. And so with that being said, for a very top-of-the-line trim level of Ford's compact SUV, this is actually very nice to see. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and continue the tour of the 2023 Ford Escape Titanium. Or excuse me, Platinum. I keep saying Titanium for some reason. Coming into the back of the Ford Escape, as you can see, materials do follow through, which is very nice. You're going to have one seat pocket behind the front passenger. You're going to have your two rear vents back here, followed by two USB ports down here. of which both of them look to be both of them look to be USB-C ports, which are very nice to see. And of course, you have a powered armrest with 2 cup holders. Easy fuel capital fuel filler, which makes it easy to fill up at the gas station, and an illustration of how to use it. Coming into the cargo area of the Ford Escape, this is where you'll actually be getting a good amount of use for a compact SUV. With the way that this is set up right now, you're looking at around 37.5 cubic feet of space, which is plenty of room to put stuff in, and it's not too bad. If you want to, you can fold down the second row, and that's going to be through the straps on the sides of both seats. And when you do that, cargo space will expand to just over 65 cubic feet at 65.4. Overall, not too bad, and it's kind of on the higher side of things when comparing it to the competition. Now, as we're back here, we do have all the floor liners, which look very nice, all the trunk liner, and when we lift this portion up here, we do have our spare tire underneath. When you're done, just tap this button here, and it will close on automatically. Now, as you can see, when we're back here, you do have LED taillights. You have a Ford badge here, Escape spelled out, Platinum badge right there, so I don't make that mistake again of calling it a titanium, and all-wheel drive right over here, followed by your rear parking sensors. Under the hood of the Ford Escape, we're taking a look at the optional 2-liter turbocharged EcoBoost 4-cylinder. It produces 250 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. It's going to be mated to that 10-speed automatic transmission, and this one in particular is all-wheel drive. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this walk around and tour of the 2023 Ford Escape Platinum, finished off here in Star White Metallic Tri-Coat with the ebony ActiveX leather interior. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.